A reminder, the news doesn't end here. Here's what's coming up on WCNC Plus at 7 a.m.
4 people shot and killed right here in the Queen City. Now CMPD is investigating each of these crimes.
State leaders unveil a plan to make North Carolina schools the best in the nation. How you can join the push to achieve educational excellence. A terrifying moment at the North Carolina State Fair. Riders left dangling 100 feet in the air. Officials say the safety systems worked, but some riders say they won't be getting back on anytime soon.
And teens learning to drive smarter and safer.
The powerful message coming from a father turning tragedy into purpose. Those stories and much more live, local, and breaking news coming up on WCNC Plus.
All right, let's get you out the door for your Monday morning. Remember, a lane is blocked because of an incident. It's going to be on Sam Wilson Road at I-85, starting to see that stop and go traffic. Just to the south, 485, the inner loop there out towards Matthews, also slow moving. No accidents there, just more people all taking that same way. You can see a road is going to continue to be blocked because of emergency repairs. That's on John Street. Keep that in mind between Matthews Township Parkway and Covenant Church Lane. All right, Chris.
Thanks, Love and Jesse. Not really a lot to report here. We have the upper 70s near 80 tomorrow. Other than that, mainly the lower 70s is our high temperature range. A lot more of those 40s taking over our low temperature range, so get ready for it.
And we are tracking a major disruption this morning that could impact your day ahead. It's at Amazon Web Services. The company says engineers currently working to fix the problem, but if your smart home isn't so smart this morning, like your cameras and other things like that, Alexa, that's why. Also impacting Snapchat and a bunch of other apps as well.
For sure. You'll notice those changes. Join us over on WCNC Plus.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here at WCNC Plus at 7 a.m. I'm Ben Thompson.
And I'm Lisa Washington.
We are following some big news this morning that could impact things at home and work for you today. A major disruption at Amazon Web Services. the tech giant's cloud computing arm. Amazon's cloud service powers smart devices like Alexa, and a major outage has knocked them and popular apps like Snapchat, Roblox, and Canva offline. Most of the issues hitting the U.S., especially around Virginia, where many of the Amazon data centers are located. The company says engineers are currently working to fix it, but if your smart home isn't so smart this morning, that could be why. Notice some of my doorbell cams are not working.
That's probably why. We also have a breaking news update this morning in Northeast Charlotte, where one person is fighting for their life after a shooting that happened overnight on Woodfield Drive. This is video our crews shot at that scene near Old Concord Road. We are working to learn more about what led up to that shooting. We're also working to bring you more information about a stabbing in Uptown. Medic tells us it happened on North College Street near a smoke shop. We're told that victim has life-threatening injuries. CMPD has not shared any further details.
Another breaking update this morning. We are learning the man you see right here on your screen, Andre Walker's charged in his Sunday morning's deadly shooting on Wilkinson Boulevard. CMPD says he's behind bars charged with murder. Well, that shooting just one of 4 happening over the course of 24 hours this weekend.
WCNC Charlotte's Richard Devane joins us live this morning. He's going to break down the violence and the concerns from neighbors. Richard.
Yeah, good morning to you, Lisa. Good morning, Ben. Good Monday morning to everyone out there on the Plus. Basically, police say they want information to help them solve these 4 homicides. While one person is now behind bars, they want others to join them for committing these crimes. All of this has residents in our area noticeably and understandably concerned. In a span of 24 hours, 4 people shot and killed. Now the police investigating 4 new homicides here in the Queen City. Now the first shooting happened around 2 Saturday morning on Wembley Drive. Hours later, 2 more incidents unfolded within minutes of each other. One outside a Food Lion on North Graham Street, another at Park Fairfax Drive just off Freedom. By early Sunday morning, a 4th victim was found dead along Wilkinson Boulevard. Police have made an arrest in that case, and they continue searching for answers in the other cases. This is some residents we spoke with say violence like this, while tragic, isn't entirely unexpected in a growing city like Charlotte. At least one of them that we spoke to say they don't feel unsafe in their neighborhoods, though hearing about 4 homicides in one day serves as a somewhat sobering reminder of the city's challenges.
It's kind of expected in any big city. Yeah. Honestly, like any city you go, there's gonna be like homicides, stuff like that. I mean, probably not 4 like that all the time, but it's gonna happen.
Just with such a big population, I feel like that comes with it. Like a big amount of people comes with a big amount of homicides, comes with a big crime.
Yeah, but police say they don't want it to be that way here in Charlotte. Right now, police say if anyone has information about these incidents, they're asked to give the police a call. We're right here at CMPD headquarters in Uptown. This is Richard Devane. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Richard, I'm sure we'll hear more about this. I mean, we're talking about 4 in the
Four
matter of
24
hours. That's disturbing.
It's unacceptable. All right, Richard, thank you. 7:03 right now, turning to your forecast right now, and a chilly morning.
Very chilly, quite a difference from just a day ago. These are not temperatures. That would be very scary. This is just the difference that we had compared to 7 o'clock yesterday. That is a 21-degree difference for you right around Lincoln, a 15-degree cool down around Charlotte, Monroe, Albemarle, and a 20-degree difference around Concord. 45 degrees is our current temperature. We've been there for a couple of hours now, so it's really during this hour or over the next 30 minutes, truly, that we're going to hit our absolute bottom. So this is pretty much our low temperature range for today, and then we'll see them zoom up through the rest of this morning, back to the mid-60s right around lunchtime. It'll be close to 70 degrees by the conclusion of the day. So sweater weather, it's back in action. Low to the mid-40s going forward, back to 50 degrees. That's the warm spot. It's a little bit closer to the normal, about 49 where we should be for this time of the year. 76, 82, 75. That's where we were through the weekend. 82, though. Man, are we going to get back to that point? It's typically this time of the year that we start to wind down our 80-degree highs, seeing a lot more 60s and 70s, 70s especially. Highs in the lower 70s for today, and then potentially only a high of the upper 70s for tomorrow. That will be the top. Our rainfall chances, though, very light and slight, but there is still a chance to conclude your Tuesday. I think it's really during your Tuesday evening. Looking at our futurecast, here's what it looks like. I skipped today because today is literally wall-to-wall sunshine. There's nothing to show you. But here's one example of what could go down. I think this one's a little bit more favorable for the current conditions. We have a lot of dry air, so most likely that rain's going to fade out, and you might have a few sprinkles. But there's a second option. This one is showing that rain is keeping together a little bit better, so that's light to moderate rain, even a chance for a heavier downpour heading into Tuesday evening. Most of you will be home at that point anyways. Just letting you know that's going to be a possibility. So the worst case scenario is that we pick up some measurable rain during our Tuesday evening. Only lasts for a few hours for a window. Other than that, you're good to go. But I think a lot of us are going to stay dry. And as this system rolls in, it's also going to pick up the winds. Winds out of the southwest going to crank up Mother Nature's thermostat, gusting up to 25 plus on and off throughout the day before they simmer down for your Wednesday. So let's wrap it up. Here's Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. Up to 78 degrees by Tuesday, lower to the mid-70s after that, and then certainly feeling a lot more October-like heading into the weekend. More clouds for the weekend, a lot of games going on, but still a great forecast overall. Majestic, take it away. Hopefully it's a great start to your morning commute.
It is a busy one, that's for sure. Let's start with some of our drive times. If you're getting ready to head out the door, maybe you're heading off to work or waking the kids up and getting them off to school this morning. Matthew's just over 20 minutes if you're coming into Charlotte. Almost 50 though if you're heading in from Salisbury this morning. This is I-77, the Huntersville exit. Double check to make sure that there wasn't any accidents. No big problems. It's just a lot of people all heading inbound for you. I'm also keeping a close eye on this. We have perfectly clear skies, not seeing any visibility concerns, even though we did have a little rain for us last night. There's that I-77 from Cornelius to Huntersville. A little bit of a slowdown right there near Huntersville, like we just saw on my camera, but again, no accidents. We do have a handful of ongoing wrecks, so I'm going to highlight a couple of them for you. This one here, it's going to be a lane that's currently blocked because of it. It's on Sam Wilson Road at I-85, starting to see stop and go traffic. Off to the east here, minimal impacts, but a lane is still blocked, this time at Shamrock Drive and Eastway Drive. And then finally, as we're heading a little bit more to the east, a new one here on Peach Orchard Road near Rocky River Church Road, just right off to the east of that. So we'll continue to follow a couple of things for you when I see you right back here in just a couple of minutes.
7:07 right now. The government shut down now in day 20. We'll tell you when it could end and how it's impacting food banks both locally and across the country. We continue to follow Israel's ceasefire with Hamas, and it's already facing really its first major test. after new airstrikes hit southern Gaza yesterday. Israel accusing Hamas of violating the truce, while Hamas insists it's still holding to the deal.
NBC's Alice Barr reports on how this latest flare-up could threaten that fragile peace agreement.
This morning, aid trucks at the Gaza border as Israel says deliveries of life-saving supplies resumed today and that its forces are once again enforcing the ceasefire that President Trump said is still in effect.
Yes.
The fragile agreement facing a major test over the weekend when the Israeli military launched a wave of deadly strikes and paused aid transfers after accusing Hamas militants of killing 2 soldiers. President Trump citing internal divisions within Hamas.
We think maybe the leadership isn't involved in that, some rebels within, but either way it's going to be handled properly.
While underscoring that Hamas must disarm as required in the peace deal he brokered.
If we have to, we'll disarm
the
them.
U.S.
Well, whether it's me or the U.S. or it's, a proxy, could be Israel, with our backing, we won't have boots on the ground. There's no reason to.
Vice President Vance offering more specifics.
That's going to require, as we know, some of these Gulf Arab states to get forces in there to actually apply some law and order and some security keeping on the ground.
The president's son-in-law, a key negotiator in the deal, zeroing in on governing Gaza.
The success or failure of this will be if Israel and this international mechanism is able to create a viable alternative. If they are successful, Hamas will fail and Gaza will not be a threat to Israel in the future.
As the region and the world hope peace will hold. Today, President Trump hosts the Australian Prime Minister at the White House to talk trade and security as the allies look to counter China's growing influence. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
The ongoing government shutdown now in day 20. Right now, Republicans and Democrats still locked in a standoff over health care subsidies as senators prepare to return to Washington. This marks the 3rd longest shutdown in U.S. history. The Senate will vote again tonight for the 11th time. If the bill passes and President Trump signs it, the shutdown will end. If not, it stretches into its 3rd week.
As the shutdown continues, many federal workers aren't receiving paychecks, leaving some worried about putting food on the table. Food banks across the country are stepping up to help. Many, though, are feeling the strain as the demand grows. Right now, the Capital Area Food Bank in Washington, D.C. is one of many extending a helping hand. Starting tomorrow, it is beginning free food distributions for federal workers.
We've got 5 different partners that are helping us with extra distributions specifically targeted to those affected by the shutdown, so federal workers and contractors. And they're across the DMV in areas where we know there's a high density of lower income federal government workers and contractors. It's absolutely free. All they have to do is show up at these partner sites and show an active ID, so something that indicates they're with the federal government or a contractor, and they'll be able to avail of a box of shelf stable and a box of produce and protein.
Here in Charlotte, local food pantries also feeling the impact as well. Champion House of Care partnered with Second Harvest Food Bank to help keep their shelves stocked. The nonprofit says it needs your help to meet the growing demand. For more information on how you can donate, head to our website, WCNC.com.
Coming up, they've taken over the internet, and now one bakery is taking the trend to new heights. We'll tell you about the giant Labubu made entirely of bread.
Right now, the Mega Millions jackpot is sitting at $650 million, making it the 10th largest in the game's history. It comes after no ticket matched all 6 numbers in Friday night's drawing. The cash payout for that winner would be just over $304 million. If you are feeling lucky, the next drawing is tomorrow night.
Are you feeling lucky?
I mean, I usually don't play till it's a little bit more.
Right.
I don't know why. So 604 million? What is it, 650?
Please. Whatever.
I need to be closer to $1 billion.
That's right.
Just
Same
saying.
high. That's right.
Yeah, I don't need this chump change. What is this? Oh, and I'll take it, though. I even just want $1 million from it. That's all I'm asking. Just a measly million.
I need at least 10.
Yeah, that's what you always say. You need that 10.
Lotto people, I'll take 10,000. I'll take whatever you'll give me. I'm not picky.
Man, I celebrate when I just get my money back. I can't even imagine I want anything more than that. That's pretty much it. Well, I don't know about you, but it is flannel weather, and this is what I think that you have the 30s and the 40s that it might be appropriate for that. So that's why we changed the background here. 40 degrees currently right around Boone, 38 degrees right around Lincolnton, and then 45 over in Charlotte. 50 degrees. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's the warm spot over in Chirac. And this is a big cool down compared to just a day ago by about 15 degrees. So substantial difference that we're seeing here. And now and later, the forecast is really going to be trending to be on the way up to about 70 degrees, which is pretty close to where we should be. We should be around 72 for this day in climatology. But recently, we just hit 80 degrees. It was 82 on Saturday. Could that have been the last 80-degree high? Well, I want to mention that because I went back to 1879. So all of the last 80-degree highs that we've had since that date. And on average, and this is also including the 30-year average, from October 21st to the 28th is usually when we have our last 80-degree day. However, that's just an average. The latest that we've ever done, it was actually in early December on December 10th. But for the last 5 years, our last 80 was anywhere between November 7th and the 11th. So I'm not saying that it's over. Tomorrow actually going to be very close to 80 degrees, but we are getting closer to not seeing it compared to seeing it yet again, especially where temperatures are trending mainly in the lower 70s in the short term. So I want to talk about the tropics as well. Even though it's October, you might be thinking more of apple ciders and pumpkins, but there's also a chance that you could have something else that's round. Hurricanes or tropical storms. We have this little wave over here that has a 70% chance for development really from day 3 to 7. And as of right now, things are trending to push their way further off towards the west. But there are some indications that we could have some spaghetti plots that are steering this back off towards the north. But regardless, as of right now, things do not look to affect the United States, just the greater Antilles. Of course, we'll keep you updated. And if this does become a tropical storm, this would be Tropical Storm Melissa. There you go. As for our 7-day forecast, all is well. Our Jerry Hunt Super Center shows that we have the lower to the mid 70s for the most part. Tuesday is the only anomaly, and a lot more 40s taking over our low temperature category. Pretty decent start to the day, but it is on the chilly side. I know Majestic and I both had our heaters blaring this morning.
All right, good morning, everyone. Well, we are following a lot that's going on for that Monday morning commute. Now, this is I-77 inbound lanes. That's going to be out there between Huntersville and Cornelius as people are heading a little closer to the uptown area. I want to zoom it into that spot specifically on my map. You can see some colors right there, but no accidents popping up for you. However, we do have a handful of ongoing issues. I want to take you out to I-485 because now we actually do have an accident. It's going to be on the inner loop at John Street. That's exit 52, and it's backed up to Idlewild Road at exit 49. Keep that one in mind. Again, 485, the inner loop out towards Matthews. We also been following this all morning for you, where we do have a road that's blocked because of emergency repairs. This will be on John Street, impacting both directions between Matthews Township Parkway and Covenant Church Lane. Just off to the west, this one is a new crash here. This will be on South Boulevard at Hebron Street. You can still see a yellow and orange there, meaning that cars are going to be impacted by that. And even as we zoom it on out there, I took out some of the icons just to focus in on I-77. If you're coming in from York County into Mecklenburg County, heading inbound, delays are ongoing. No current accidents there on I-77. This is still ongoing as well. A lane is blocked because of an incident. It's on Sam Wilson Road at I-85. You can see that red stop and go traffic. Just one lane is currently blocked, so cars are able to move. They're just moving rather slowly. And then this crash here, it's a crash on Peach Orchard Road near Rocky River Church Road. Seeing minimal impacts there, but I'll let you know once it is completely cleared. Again, this is going to be one that you need to keep in mind because of all that red that's continuing to build.
Majestic things. You've probably heard of those collectible Labubu dolls that have taken the internet by storm. Now a California bakery has taken the craze to a whole new level.
All right, so take a look at this. This is a 7-foot Labubu sculpture weighing about 300 pounds, and it's made entirely out of bread. A chef and her team created it for a scarecrow contest. The bakery, known for its incredible scarecrow displays.
And this is something called dead dough. And dead dough has no leavening agent. It's nothing that's going to puff it up, and it bakes really hard. So we were able to sand it a bit and sculpt it and get it that actual look. And the kids are like, is it edible? Can I eat it? And I'm like, you probably could, but it wouldn't taste very good. And so the response in Benicia, the community here, is so amazing.
Bakery plans to keep the display through Halloween.
Wow. Never seen that before.
My daughter was one of those Labubus. I don't get it. Do you get?
They're kind of creepy.
But everybody wants one. They put them on purses, backpacks.
Yeah, much less a 7-foot, 300-pound one.
Exactly.
My nephew has one, and he took it to class one day, and all of his classmates came around him like so excited to look at it, and it was like the thing.
It's the thing, for sure.
We did have Beanie Babies in our generation. I guess
we
that's
did.
the
We
Beanie
did.
Babies of
That's
theirs.
fair. That's fair. Hey, Larry has some Carolina trivia.
Hi, this is Larry Sprinkle. It's Monday, time for Carolina Trivia, and today's trivia is all about the world's largest peach. It's not too far away. In fact, the Peachoid is near Gaffney, South Carolina, around 56 miles from Charlotte, close to Interstate 85. So when you're heading down Interstate 85, you will see it off in the distance. In fact, it literally is right off the interstate. That is the Peachoid, the world's largest peach. It's a water tower, actually built back in 1981. It's 135 feet in height, weighs about 10,000 pounds, and holds 1 million gallons of water. You'll see it headed down towards Spartanburg near Gaffney, South Carolina. The Peachoid, the world's largest peach. And that's today's Carolina Trivia. I'm Larry Sprinkle.
All right, live pictures right now over uptown to start your work week as the sun comes up over the city. A bit of a chilly morning. Actually, the coldest so far this season. We said that Friday, but it's the case this Monday morning as well. 44 degrees this morning. It's actually going to be cold a lot of mornings this week, but the good news is afternoon's looking great. Chris is going to have a look at your forecast coming up next on WCNC Plus.
Whew, welcome to a chilly morning, y'all. It is flannel weather for sure. 45 degrees right now, even the 30s for you in parts of Lincoln County. 41 right around the Salisbury area. Hour by hour, we will get back to 70 degrees, but mainly hanging out in the 60s most of the afternoon. At least got wall-to-wall sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. Tonight, let's do it again. Back to around 45, so a similar morning, up to about 50 degrees, but we're actually getting chillier. So Thursday and Friday will technically be the new coldest mornings that we've had so far this season, as today was actually the coldest we've had since Friday. Speaking of Friday, looking like a pretty good forecast heading through the weekend. Just a few more clouds. Only chance for rain what we have is Tuesday evening, but that's not that much. Let's get right over to Majestic for a check of our morning commute.
Good morning, everyone. Let's do it. Hope you had a great weekend. We're heading out the door for that Monday morning commute now. It's going to take you almost an hour to get into Charlotte if you're coming in from Gastonia. This is I-77 here out towards Huntersville. You can see there's a lot of people up and at 'em starting their drive. We don't have any accidents there, just a lot of people heading inbound. Here's I-77 right between Cornelius and Huntersville. Good morning to you. Just seeing some delays. We also have a handful of ongoing wrecks. This one here is going to slow you down. It's on I-45, the inner loop there at John Street between exit 52 and 49.
Thanks for streaming live on WCNC Plus at 7:30. I'm Lisa Washington.
And I'm Ben Thompson. Tonight, state education leaders aren't just talking about the future of North Carolina schools. They're actually bringing that conversation right here to Charlotte.
They're laying out a new strategic plan they say could put public schools at the top of the nation by the end of the decade. WCNC Charlotte's Destiny Richards joins us in the studio this morning with details on that plan. Destiny.
Well, North Carolina is aiming high for its public schools with a new plan designed to make them the best in the nation by 2030. And state education leaders are bringing that plan to Charlotte tonight. State Superintendent Mo Green and the State Board of Education will be at West Charlotte High School tonight to talk about their new 5-year strategic plan, Achieving Educational Excellence. The plan follows 8 pillars of excellence and aims to achieve key goals by the year 2030. This includes higher graduation rates, improved test scores, and increased participation in advanced placement and career technical programs. It also emphasizes student character development, mental health support, and stronger engagement with parents, families, and the community. Now, tonight's public forum starts at 6 o'clock at West Charlotte High School, and it's free and open to the public. For anyone who can't attend in person, a virtual session is scheduled for November 3rd. After tonight's Charlotte event, the tour heads west to Morganton on Wednesday and then Bryson City on Thursday.
All right, Destiny, thanks so much for that.
7:31, Chris standing by with a look at your forecast for your Monday.
Thanks a lot. We are looking at a pretty decent forecast overall. We're also potentially tracking the tropics for potential Melissa, but I'm happy to say nothing is going to affect us here in the short term overall. So here's what's going on. 60 degrees. That was our temperature yesterday at this point. It's 45 now. Now, I haven't looked at the minute-by-minute data, but likely our low is either at this number, 45, or we drop down to 44 briefly, but it doesn't matter because this is still by far the coldest morning that we've had so far this season. It was on Friday that we said the exact same thing, and we could be saying the same thing on Thursday and then again on Friday morning. You see the trend. 23 degrees is the cool down difference, though, for you and around Lincoln. All of us significantly different, but look at this. Bristol, 31 degrees colder than it was just a day ago. Our high temperature is not going to be too far off the mark, though. So a closer look at that, it's 37 degrees right now in Lincoln, 45 around Charlotte, and then 46 for you over in Rockingham. So as you're heading out the door, what can you expect? Well, for one, wall-to-wall sunshine. Sunshine is going to be our saving grace. Not just today. Anytime you have a beautiful sunny sky, just note that it always will feel 10 degrees warmer than the actual temperature. So even though we don't have the 80s, realistically, if you're working in the sun for a long period of time, it will feel like it. Now, some of the kids have not headed to school yet, just quite yet, but they will be very soon, or they should be getting going at least. Jacket, pants, good idea for today, and sweatshirt could get you by just fine, but hey, it's in the 40s. Standing at the bus stop is not great in this environment. They can just throw the jacket in the backpack a little bit later on, and maybe the sunglasses for a little bit later on if they're going to be walking around. Today's high, 72, 69 for you around Hickory, and then 68 degrees around Salisbury. All in all, just a beautiful day, as you can see off into the distance. Our sunrise, by the way, officially is at 7:34, so we are actively watching the sun rising up right now. Absolutely gorgeous, much drier environment overall. If you have any evening plans, should be a pretty good one. As you're heading out and about, you're seeing temperatures drop down into about the mid-50s, but get ready. Look at this. Tonight's forecast back down to the same range, 45 degrees. We'll get used to this eventually. We will see our warmest day of the week. That's tomorrow, up to 78 degrees. Wednesday, plenty of sunshine, but there is a chance for rain in between. Coming up, we're going to talk about two things in the sky. We're going to talk about a comet that you can see when that's going to be happening, and also our slight rain chance that we have heading into your Tuesday evening and Tuesday night. But first, we're heading out the door for our morning commute. Let's check with Majestic, see how it's looking.
Good morning, everyone. It is 7:34 right now, and traffic is busy out there. I want to take you into South Carolina. This is I-77 in York County. If you're heading inbound, you can see roads are busy, but they're nice and dry, and we have mainly clear, crisp conditions as you're heading out the door. I do want to show you our road map here. We're seeing nice visibility as well, not even dealing with any fog out there, even up in the mountains. Once we're heading back to I-77 between Cornelius and Huntersville, we do have some slowdowns. This is just our typical morning commute delays. We don't have any accidents there, but as you can see, we do have multiple ongoing wrecks. I want to let you know about this one because I'm seeing a whole lot of red with it, and it's just really not getting much better. It's going to be on I-85, the inner loop at John Street. That's exit 52, and it's backed up to about exit 49. Plan accordingly, so cars are still moving. It's just moving a little slowly. And then right here in Matthews, this has been ongoing all morning long, where a road is blocked because of emergency repairs on John Street, impacting both directions between Matthews Township Parkway and Covenant Church Lane. Once we head to the west, an ongoing crash here on South Boulevard and Hebron Street. This is just east of I-77, again right there on South Boulevard. Once we zoom it out, I took some of the icons out because it can be a little overwhelming, but if you're heading northbound, again from York County into Mecklenburg County, no accidents there on I-77. It's just slow moving. Finally, this is the last one I want to let you know about. A lane is blocked because of an incident. It'll be on Sam Wilson Road at I-85.
We continue to follow the fallout from the federal investigation into Charlotte activist Cedric Dean. Authorities say he ran a massive Medicaid fraud. WCNC Charlotte's Tricia Woodard found out how this case is sparking mistrust within vulnerable communities and reigniting conversations about a much deeper problem.
In Charlotte's shelters and resource centers, mistrust runs deep.
I don't know who to trust.
Some residents tell us they no longer believe in programs that claim to offer support. They say they've seen too many promises turn into paperwork and too many leaders turn into headlines.
Everybody's focusing on Cedric Dean now, but focus on everybody else before for him.
Codell Black is one of very few speaking out. He says he's been homeless for nearly 4 years, bouncing from organization to organization, all full of broken promises.
And I'm still sitting in my truck, homeless. It just seems like we just talking to everybody for nothing because ain't nobody doing anything about these people. They doing this stuff to us.
I spoke to several others who shared their truths, like here at the Salvation Army. They refused to go on camera, saying they were told if they spoke to the media, they would lose the very little assistance they're already getting. They described filthy living conditions and minimal support. Problems, they say, make it nearly impossible for many to escape poverty or rebuild their lives.
It's been going on forever.
Black says, unfortunately, getting help is a gamble and just another reflection of the system that often fails the people it claims to protect, leaving those most vulnerable silent and afraid to speak their truth.
They've been lying to us all our life. They've been lying to us all our life. They've been stealing, robbing, raping, manipulating. People still out here suffering, sis. It's just sad.
Tradisha Woodard, WCNC Charlotte.
Family, friends, and leaders in Charlotte's business community gathered to remember Doug Lebda, the CEO of Charlotte-based Lending Tree. His memorial service over the weekend at Founders Hall in Uptown. He died in an ATV accident earlier this month at just 55 years old. Former Governor Pat McCrory spoke at the memorial, saying Lebda's impact goes way beyond just the business world.
Doug Lebda was the founder of Lending Tree. And not only that, but he was a community leader during his times in which he selected Charlotte for the home of Lending Tree and the place to raise his family, the corner of trade and triumph. And the city benefited from Doug's leadership in so many ways right here in Charlotte and the entire state of North Carolina.
Lebda founded Lending Tree back in 1996.
A North Carolina state senator is apologizing this morning after being charged with DWI. Senator Norman Sanderson is out of jail on a $2,000 bond after being arrested this weekend in Raleigh. He represents 8 counties in eastern North Carolina. Sanderson is set to appear in court again on November 7th. Shortly after his arrest, the Senate Republican caucus shared this statement from Sanderson, saying he made a regrettable mistake. Looking ahead this week, starting on Thursday, early voting expands to all 21 locations across Mecklenburg County. Polls will be open from 8 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. November 1st is the last day for early voting. Election Day is November 4th.
He's a University of Tennessee fan like no other. We're going to introduce you to the man who's turning his beard into a game day tradition. All right, 7:41 right now on WCNC Plus. Two women have been pen pals since 1975. But get this, they never met in person until recently.
Mateo Iadonisi was there when it finally happened and has more on this friendship that's lasted 50 years.
Dear Carolyn,
Dear Connie, I was so glad I got your letter.
how old are you? How tall are you?
It was 1975, and Saturday morning cartoons, they said, boys and girls, would you like to write to somebody you've never met? Send us your name, your address, and your age, and we'll connect you with somebody.
I am 10 years old, and I'm in the 5th grade. At school, the teacher walked around with a box. Everyone in the class got to pick 2 cards with her name and address on it. And she's the only one that wrote back, and it started from there. It's interesting how we have so much in common.
It was nice to talk to somebody that wasn't your family or your friend.
And in a different part of the country. I was born and raised in Southern California, and then I moved to Georgia.
And I'm from Whitehall, Pennsylvania.
Yo, Adrian! We never met in person until now. And when we first met, it's like, is this real?
Well, we met at the Hotel Bethlehem, sat and talked for hours. We went to the art museum, we went to Independence Hall, and we were eating here at Pat's. Okay, so I want with onions.
The Cooper Wit.
You got it.
Yeah. I hope that our story inspires more people to make connections. It's a tradition like many others that you don't see much of anymore. We kept that alive. 50 years and counting.
So apparently they met in Philadelphia, obviously with those pictures. That's pretty cool. 50 years.
Yeah, and you think you go into that with all these expectations.
Yes.
And you know the person's going to be different than you expected, but looks like they had a great time.
That's awesome.
Looks that way. I do think it is a lost art, writing letters.
Yes.
Pen pal or not, I think that's really a lost art.
I love doing that. That's like my love language. With the people who know me, I always
Yes.
send little like handwritten things, or just give it to somebody. It's so much more special than just a text or something like that.
Yeah. A DM doesn't do it for you.
I mean, sometimes that's all you can do. When you're busy, you're busy. At least people know you're thinking about them. But a handwritten one is nice.
This rang Chris back in talking about
That's right.
DMs.
Kim and I do Post-it notes.
Oh, I love
Same,
that.
same. We do the same thing.
Do you?
Yeah, I can show you mine from this morning. He sent me a
Okay.
photo of it. Well, I'm not going to actually.
You're not going to read it. You're going to share it with us.
That's right. They got, oh yeah, another big trip booked because we booked a vacation this weekend.
Nice.
So I try to do something that is exciting
Yes.
about the week ahead or something. And
Okay. Oh, very nice.
It's easy, but
Very
it
easy.
adds a lot.
Absolutely. And nothing beats handwritten. It doesn't. You
Yeah.
spend the night at somebody's house, you go on a trip, send a handwritten note.
Yeah, seeing a loved one's handwriting is always great. And this is a side note. In that package, I really want a Philly cheesesteak now.
Right.
Ooh, that
It's all
sounds
packed.
good.
Yeah.
I could go
I know
with
that
it.
was not the message we were going for, but this
Yeah.
whole time I'm just thinking, man, really
We all
want
saw
Philly
it,
cheese. Okay, good. It's not just me. We'll be back after the break. We have a lot more weather, traffic, and of course news here on WCNC Plus. We'll see you soon.
All right, Chris joins us now, and apparently you have some news about a comet.
A comet. Now, this is for, I would say, the intermediate stargazers, because you might need some equipment for this, but you can actually use a camera as well.
Okay.
But we have Comet C 2025 A6 Lemon.
Oh, of course.
All right.
Okay, who's ready for it?
Sure.
All right, so essentially is simplifying that, because the comet names are always ridiculous, very scientific, but 1 to an hour and a half hours after the sun sets, either binoculars, a telescope, or a camera is needed to be able to see this distant comet. So it's not as magnificent as, say, the Halley's Comet, which is probably the most notorious one, but all you have to do is look to the northwest, the Big Dipper. You'll be able to see it get higher and higher on the horizon. Today is October 20th, so over the next 6 days, you can see it get higher and higher until we are not going to be able to see the sight. So it's not likely seen with the naked eye, just letting you know that that is going to be a possibility. That's just showing you kind of the chart, the way it's going to look over the next 6 days, but realistically, it goes through the end of the month and through Halloween. So it's not all the times that you can check out a comet. Go check this out. If you have a telescope that maybe you haven't even used yet, that happened to me most of my childhood, this would be a good opportunity to get out and look at it. Because our evening out forecast, as the sun is setting after 7 o'clock, you can expect temperatures to be mainly in the upper 50s at that point. Whatever you're doing, maybe you're checking out the comet or just going out to eat. This morning was one of our coldest lows that we've had so far this season. It actually was the coldest low, dropped down to 45 degrees and will be very similar by tomorrow. 48 was the previous coldest that we've had so far, and that was on Friday morning. And now our sweater weather will come up a little bit on Wednesday, but outside of that, we have even chillier ones. So we're going to continue to say, hey, this is the coldest morning. No, actually, tomorrow is the coldest morning, especially for your Thursday and Friday time frame. Now I want to get right over to the next 36 hours. This is going to be a big part of the forecast, the rain or the lack of rain. So here's what's going to go down. We have a front that moves in from the north and west. It's going to encounter a lot of dry air. So I think that you will see a little bit of rain, especially up in the mountains and the foothills, but likely a lot of this is dying out. There are some indications that it could survive. That's why I'm still going to keep an open-ended spotty shower chance for your Tuesday evening. I think we're dry most of the day. We see some additional clouds during your Tuesday afternoon. The winds pick up. But it's really any time between about 4 and 10 that I think we have the best chance for a passing shower, even a heavier downpour if everything lines up at that point. But as of right now, a day before, it looks like you have a very weak chance for rain that could roll through, but we'll see how that changes. Our wind gusts also getting up to about 20 to 30 miles per hour on and off throughout the afternoon. But notice the direction. Anytime it's out of the southwest, boy, does that crank up Mother Nature's thermostat. So that's what we can anticipate. And once that front passes, it'll shift winds out of the northwest. That'll start to cool us down, especially by the back end of your Wednesday. Real quick, mentioning the tropics, this likely over the next 3 to 7 days is going to become either a tropical depression or tropical storm Melissa. Now, the good news for this is we have a lot of things that are working against it, rapidly intensifying, and there is a chance that it could turn back over to the north, work its way around Hispaniola, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. But then it's kind of a 50-50 split as if this is going to make a due westerly travel or turn back to the north and then eventually back out to sea, as so many other storms have done so far this season. So we'll be keeping an eye out. But definitely for the near term, it is flannel weather as you're heading out the door. It is 38 degrees right now in Lincolnton. Temperatures on the rise, though. We have 78 degrees for the warmest day for your Tuesday. Chilliest morning is going to be Friday, 43. That's also our chilliest low, only a high of 70. So it means we're mainly in the 60s. And there's a lot of icons here. So we're going to alert you every time there's a checkers game. That C represents the Charlotte 49ers are going to have a special Friday night game. And of course, the Panthers back in town, undefeated at home. Let's make it number 4. Let's go over to Majestic. Good morning to you on this chilly morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's one of those days where you grab your jacket, your hot cup of coffee, and don't forget the sunglasses. It is absolutely gorgeous outside as you're heading out for that morning commute. This is I-77. You can tell it's just a nice sunny morning, a nice start to your day. Again, this is I-77 in York County, especially if you're heading into Mecklenburg County. It's 7:52, so we'll start to see those delays really backing up inbound and outbound on I-77. Want to take it north of Uptown, though, because between Huntersville and Cornelius, we do have some colors popping up. Still no accidents, though, and we do still have a handful of ongoing wrecks, but a few less than when I saw you just back here a few minutes ago. Want to let you know, though, 485, this is kind of a big watch spot for me because look at all the red. This is 485, the inner loop. Yes, we typically have congestion this time of the day, but we also have an ongoing wreck. It's going to be between exits 52, That's John Street and exit 49, where we are seeing the biggest delays there. And then in Matthews, good morning to you still. You need to know that this is going to be ongoing all day long. Blocked road in both directions is at John Street between Matthews Township Parkway and Covenant Church Lane. Off to the west, not cleared yet. This crash here, remember, it's on South Boulevard at Hebron Street. This is just east of 7. But again, as we're zooming in on, if you're making that morning commute up and down I-77, thankfully no accidents, but it is still slow moving. And then off to the west of Uptown, a lane is blocked because of an incident. This one's been ongoing for a while now on Sam Wilson Road at I-85. Not just that, but even 485 out towards Berry Hill. That's where we do have those delays in place as well. Stop and go traffic. Those are the things that I'm watching for you for now.
All right, Majestic, thanks. Take a look at this guy. He's showing his love for the University of Tennessee football with his beard. That's right, Corbin Lesser checkers his beard to support University of Tennessee. Take a look, wow. He first started the tradition in 2021 when the Volunteers played Ole Miss, and he doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon.
It started as a joke, really, and I was going to the Ole Miss game, and one of the teachers that I used to work with, they said, you should checker your beard. And we done it when we were leaving. I sent them a picture, and then after that game, it blew up.
Wow. So he's a 4th grade teacher. I bet his students love it. He checkers his beard for every UT home game. Wow. And it has the pants to match, evidently.
That is funny.
Overalls. I would like to know how he does that.
Yeah.
And 2, is that healthy for the beard?
Well, he's been doing it for 4 years. So.
It's still growing pretty well.
Well,
one day it just might fall out.
Well, I'm guessing because he clearly has red hair. So I think that maybe he probably just paints the checkers on, so he could probably wash it out if he does it just for home games. Because if he's dyeing it,
yeah.
I wonder if it's like the spray you can get for like Halloween.
Yeah.
Maybe he has like a checker
beard spray.
I was thinking just like a bleach spot for each area.
That'd be permanent.
That would work out
That'd
very
be permanent.
well.
Yeah, if it's permanent, so I don't know. We appreciate the extra effort, though.
Right?
If I could grow a beard like that, I would checker it.
Would you really?
Yes, I would. Why
No,
not?
you would not.
Well, I don't know. I could play games on
Kim
it,
would
you
not
know?
like that.
Yeah, no, she wouldn't know.
She would say
No,
absolutely.
Yes, that's why it's never going to happen. So.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, but you keep it right here on WCNC Plus. We hope that your Monday morning is off to a great start. We're going to have another update on weather and traffic. Grab a jacket before you head out this morning, and then Ben and I will have the day's top headlines streaming live here at 8 o'clock.
Well, good morning, everybody. Our sunrise time officially was at 7:34 for this October 20th. Of course, we're clearly past that, and clearly it's going to be a beautiful day. Today, wall-to-wall sunshine, not a cloud in the sky, so we have more breathtaking days. Yesterday was all over the place. It was breezy. You might have some Halloween decorations blown over, maybe some lawn chairs like I did this morning, but those winds have simmered down, certainly, and we're going to be holding on to that sunshine significantly. Right now, we're up to 47 degrees, overcoming that low of 45 that we had this morning, 39 for you in Boone, and seeing sunshine across the day. Temperatures getting to around 70 degrees for our highs. Our low temperature tonight tonight, dropping down to 45 right as the sun is rising up. Tomorrow around a similar time, and a rainfall forecast very, very low. At most, we just have a slight chance for rain really during your Tuesday evening, but all in all, staying dry. Majestic, what do we need to know about your morning commute so far?
It's a busy, wet, beautiful start to the day. We have clear skies and busy roads. This is I-77 out there towards Huntersville as people are making that commute inbound. Nice clear conditions, no fog out there. You can see some delays between Cornelius and Huntersville. No accidents there, but we do have an accident on the inner loop of I-485 at John Street. Take it easy and join us on WCNC Plus.
Streaming live right now at 8 a.m. here on WCNC Plus. I'm Ben Thompson.
And I'm Lisa Washington.
We're following some big news this morning that could impact things at home and at work for you. A major disruption at Amazon Web Services, the tech giant's cloud computing arm. Amazon's cloud service powers smart devices like Alexa, maybe your Ring doorbell, and it is a major outage that's also knocking off power or usage for a lot of apps out there like Snapchat, Roblox, Canva. Most of the issues are hitting the eastern U.S., specifically around Virginia, where a lot of Amazon's data centers are. The company says the engineers are working to fix it, but if your smart home doesn't seem so smart, maybe Alexa just isn't Alexing, that could be the issue.
We have a breaking news update this morning out of Northeast Charlotte, where one person fighting for their life after a shooting that happened overnight on Woodfield Drive. This is video from that scene near Old Concord Road. We are working to learn more about what led up to that shooting. We're also working to bring you more details on the stabbing that happened in Uptown. Medic tells us it happened on North College Street near a smoke shop. We're told that victim also fighting life-threatening injuries. CMPD has not shared any other details.
Another breaking update, we're learning the man you see here on your screen, Andre Walker, charged in Sunday morning's deadly shooting on Wilkinson Boulevard. CMPD says he's behind bars charged with murder. In that shooting, just one of 4 others happening over the course of 24 hours this weekend. Take a look at this map. The first one happening 2 a.m. in East Charlotte, then 4:45 Saturday afternoon, and then 15 minutes later, Northwest Charlotte on Saturday evening. Then 1:45 Southwest Charlotte there on Sunday. 4 different cases all around the city of Charlotte. WCNC Charlotte's Richard Devane now live this morning. He's at police headquarters to break down this violence and what neighbors are saying.
Yeah, good morning to you, Ben. Good morning, Lisa. Good Monday morning, everyone. Just last Thursday, standing right out front of CMPD headquarters, where they were actually touting the fact that overall crime is down in the Queen City. While we've heard that before, this third quarter, they actually said homicides were actually down a great deal. But over the last 24 hours, we found out that those numbers especially have shot right back up, according to homicides and some of the other violent crimes as well that we've heard about. Now, in a span of just 24 hours, 4 people shot and killed. CMPD now investigating these new homicides. The first shooting happened around 2, as you said, on Saturday morning on Wembley Drive. Just a few hours later, 2 more deadly scenes unfolding within minutes of each other. One outside a Food Lion on North Graham Street and another on Park Fairfax Drive, just off of Freedom. By early Sunday morning, a 4th victim found dead along Wilkinson Boulevard. While police have made an arrest in that case, detectives continue searching for answers. We spoke to some residents who say violence like this, while tragic, unfortunately isn't entirely unexpected in a growing city like Charlotte. At least one of them telling us they don't usually feel unsafe in their neighborhoods, I should say, though hearing about 4 homicides in just one day serves as a sobering reminder of the city's challenges.
It's kind of expected in any big city.
Yeah.
Honestly, like any city you go, there's gonna be like homicides, stuff like that. I mean, probably not 4 like that all the time, but it's gonna happen.
Just with such a big population, I feel like that comes with it. Like a big amount of people comes with a big amount of homicides, comes with a big crime.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is the case in a lot of situations. But police say they continue to work. They want community leaders and just everybody out there. If you see something, say something, especially any situation that may be bordering on getting violent. Let them know as soon as possible, because, of course, it's impossible for them to be there to stop a lot of these homicides when they occur. Right now, they say if anyone has information about these crimes, they'd like to hear from you. We're right here at CMPD headquarters in Uptown. This is Richard Devane. We'll send it back to you.
Richard, the thing that strikes me is that oftentimes, at least recently, we've talked about homicides and violence in and around Uptown and stuff like that. But when we looked at that map, I mean, these were literally all 4 corners of the city of Charlotte. There wasn't a corner of Charlotte that wasn't impacted by a crime like this.
That's absolutely correct. So you were out Saturday to Sunday. You might have heard sirens. You might have seen sirens. And don't even talk about that. The fact that there were 4 around. Talk about the cases that actually people were fighting for their lives, as we said, in other incidents where they were shot. Some of them just hanging on. So those numbers could go up, which would make it even more violent, even more tragic. But unfortunately, it is happening. Police all around our city, so crime is every place you look, and deadly crimes as well.
Busy week for investigators. Yeah. All right, Richard Devane, thanks so much for that live report.
All right, 8:05 right now on WCNC Plus. Here's Chris.
Happy to say the weather won't be busy, though. We have 41 degrees right now in Boone, 47s for Hickory, Morganton, and Charlotte, so we are over our morning low. We'll be back there about 7 o'clock tomorrow, though, back to the mid-40s. Our wind gusts so far today, we've had nothing recorded here in Charlotte. A gust of 20 miles per hour around Concord, and then 47 over in Jefferson. That's nothing compared to yesterday. Yesterday, we had up to 59 around Jefferson. You might have noticed it was 51 around Boone. So gust of 40 to 60 miles per hour in the high country, anywhere from about 30 to 45 from Hickory down to the Charlotte area. That was the power of that front. Now that front is out of here, and we're going to see a nice little shift in our winds gradually over the next 24 hours, which is going to allow for an even bigger warm up by tomorrow. 72 degrees today, 69 degrees for a high right around Hickory, 68 for you in Salisbury, and then Boone likely stuck to the upper 50s for our highs. And you can see that we're back to right around 70 degrees by the closure of the afternoon. Rainfall chances? Barely anything really over the next 7 days, but one does stand out from all the rest. We have a slight chance for a little bit of rain to really roll through during the evening, but watch as it works its way through the mountains, it really starts to dissipate. So yes, we do have a window of opportunity between about 4 and 10 o'clock across the I-77 corridor that we could see a little bit of rain, but but not everything is really showing that that's going to be the case in the scenario. One model is, though, so I do want to show you the worst case scenario. We desperately need the rain, so this might be the best case scenario, that we could have a line of some showers, some of them even a little bit heavier, about mid to late evening. But as of right now, I think that dry air is going to win out. But the maximum that I'm seeing here is maybe up to 1/10 of an inch of rain, but most likely it's more of a trace to just a sprinkle action going on. Our futurecast wind gusts showing that they're going to gust anywhere from 20 to 25 miles per hour. That's squeezing in as that front gets a little bit closer to us, with those winds blasting out of the southwest, which is going to maximize our warm up, and that's why tomorrow is the warmest day over the next 7, eventually shifting out of the northwest, which of course is a cooler direction. So we're just waiting on this front to pass. This cold front will be here by late on Tuesday through the overnight. Usually takes 24 hours to maximize our cool down, and that's why we're going to be seeing a much cooler low come Thursday morning compared to what we have on Wednesday, where it'll be right around 50 degrees. So our warmest day, Tuesday. Warmest low looks to be on Wednesday morning, or Sunday morning is going to be a close second. But then after that Tuesday time frame, we hold on to the mid 70s on Wednesday, but realistically we're close to the 70 to 72 Thursday heading into next week. The only difference for the weekend, picking up a few more clouds, but still absolutely fantastic. Again, that only rain chance is late Tuesday and Tuesday night. So another 7 days of dry October, looking fantastic, honestly. Let's get right over to Majestic, see what's going on to kick off the 8 o'clock hour traffic-wise.
Good morning, everyone. It's beautiful outside, and those roads, of course, they're busy. It's just after 8 o'clock. Want to show you, this is I-77 out near Trade Street. Cars are moving a little slow, but they are moving. Not seeing any major delays out in that direction. Few things for you to know, though, in addition to it's beautiful out there and that it is busy, is that we do still have a handful of ongoing wrecks for that morning commute. Now, we don't have as much as we did just about 5 or 10 minutes ago, but still a couple of things to let you know about. Now, here's my map. You can still see a few icons still popping up. That's going to be my main focus over the next hour, especially to the south of Charlotte. I-485, the inner loop. If you typically drive this way, you know that we always see congestion this time of the day, but we also have an accident at John Street. That's exit 52. It's backed up at least to exit 49. Cars are still moving, but they're moving a little slow. In addition to that, South Boulevard, also a busy spot in the morning time. We have a crash there on South Boulevard and Hebron Street. And then to the east of Charlotte, this is near I-485. It's not on it, just near it. There's a crash here at Peach Orchards Road near Rocky River Church Road. Those are the three active things, but once I take the icons out, I wanted to show you I-77. If you're coming in from York County, you're making that commute from York into Mecklenburg, we have our typical delays, no accidents there. And then Gaston County, good morning, also seeing, yes, those slow-moving conditions along I-85 from areas like Gastonia out towards Belmont, but again, no crashes there. We'll have another update on those area roadways coming up here in just a few minutes. Ben.
Now, as we go to break, here is an exclusive shopping deal for our viewers.
Hey, you know how we do it. Our team is always testing tons of products. We get rid of the rejects, only show you the best ones, and that's why I want to show you this thing today. It's the Tire Hero Portable Tire Inflator. Let me shut this off for a second. Literally true story, 2 weeks ago, I got stuck on the side of the road, glass in the tire. I barely made it to the gas station. Almost cost me hundreds of dollars to tow. So you need one of these anyway. The reason I think this is one of the best on the market is for this reason. Come on, again, let me show you. So let's say you don't know the PSI of your car. You don't know what it's supposed to be, or if you want to inflate a ball, it does it for you. So you see the little car icon right there? You can flip through these. Okay, I want to do my car. No, I want to do my motorcycle, little motorcycle icon. I want to do my bicycle tire, or I want to do a soccer ball or an exercise ball. I just blew these up. The other cool thing about this is this. Come on and look at this. It's got the USB adapters here. It acts as a portable battery charger, so you can charge your tablet, you can charge your phone. It also comes with all these different nozzles for kind of anything you would have. It's small enough to literally, I mean, it's a pretty packed glove compartment, right? Look at that. It still fits. Nice and easy. Got a great deal for you on this today. And by the way, you want one of these anyway. You want this anyway because you can save $60 a year for properly inflated tires. So why wouldn't you? Get this one though, because I think it's the best on the market. $69.99 normally. Got a deal for you today. 20% off down to $55.99. Scan the QR code on the screen right now or go to shoptvdeals.com.
If your kid is searching for an internship, listen up. Whether they're a college student or a recent college graduate, the city of Charlotte is looking for some interns. A spring internship career fair held this Wednesday.
This morning, Paula Renix, the Deputy Director of Human Resources for the City of Charlotte, joins us live to tell us more about this event. Paula, good morning for you. Thanks for getting up early to join us. So tell us
Good morning.
Tell us, what is this internship fair all about?
All right, so we've created a space for the City of Charlotte to truly showcase all the amazing professions the city has to offer. The fair is going to allow the students to hear more about the various roles and also ask questions. Of course, all students have different career paths, and so on site we'll have spot interviews with our human resource managers so that they can actually have two-way conversations and dialogues about the positions. And these are going to be our spring 2026 internships. So this is truly on the site hiring. So that's going to be exciting that day.
And who does this apply to? College students? Do they need to get college credit? Who can come to this?
Absolutely. So there's no set age range. The only thing we ask is that you're currently enrolled in a 2 or 4 year degree program, or you can be a recent college graduate of a 2 or 4 year college or university.
Something interesting you mentioned, they'll get exposure to these different careers. Sometimes you don't know the careers that exist, so it's great to learn about that. So on Wednesday with this fair, what can a student who is seeking an internship expect?
Okay, absolutely. So it's going to be a day full of information sharing, and they're going to have the opportunity to kind of talk about some career pathing. As I mentioned before, they're going to have our HR managers on site representing each of the city departments, but also they will have mock interviews, right? So some of those that don't really truly know the direction that they really want to take their career path in, this is the opportunity to talk to our human resource managers to do more of a discovery, to understand exactly what would be best of interest to that student. So when they arrive on site that day, we're going to have registration set up. There will be various stations and plenty of activities taking place, such as professional headshots taken of the students so that we can kind of help them tweak that resume and be prepared for not only an employment opportunity with the City of Charlotte or wherever they select as their future. So when they arrive, there's going to be a QR code at each of the stations where the students can actually scan that QR code, goes straight to our applicant tracking system, which is Workday, then immediately apply for those internships. And at the site, we're actually going to collect resumes and still do further consideration and reaching out to students beyond just Wednesday, October 22nd.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first year you're doing this. What was the brainchild of this? How did this come about?
Okay, so I'll be honest with you. My boss, my HR director, Sheila Simpson, and I were just talking one day about, really putting together something that would benefit the students and really give them kind of like a gateway into understanding exactly the type of professions the City of Charlotte has to offer. So we thought, not only do we want to have our employees thrive, but also those within the communities we serve. So all of a sudden, we planned, our talent acquisition team put a lot of planning and thought into setting up an event that would be interactive and engaging for the students. So here it is, October 22nd, Wednesday. This is going to be an opportunity for the students to gain valuable skills, explore more about the career pathways that we have available in public service.
So if someone is streaming live with us right now here on WCNC Plus and they want to be a part of this fair, maybe they don't have everything together. I know you mentioned headshots would be done. What do they need to bring?
All right, bring that resume. So I know a lot of the students may not have a lot of work experience, but they may have some, but also that the relevant curriculum that they're currently enrolled in, the classes, some of the previous classes they've taken, have all that information listed on that resume, because you never know, that will start conversation and also give us the ability to direct that student maybe into a different career path. But bring that resume and bring a smile and energy and motivation to say, this is an opportunity that's going to really benefit me long term as far as when I'm looking forward beyond just my college years.
I tell you what, I think you feel the same way. My internships, changed my life. They were so, I was so impressionable at the time, but I mean, I was able to see so much and do so much and Like it really just, it was amazing. I feel like how much they helped me.
And I like that she added, bring the smile and the energy, because sometimes you're a college student, you don't have a lot of work experience. Creating that resume even can be a challenge, but you got to be energetic about it.
That can be a challenge. And we're actually going to give them feedback on those resumes. So this is going to be a day of supporting those students, really serving our communities, right? Because those students are our future. And even if it's a recent college graduate where they're still trying to figure it out, we're going to give them some suggestions and redirect them as well. And maybe let's review that resume that a student has, or a recent college graduate, to say, this may be a better opportunity for you. So our goal is really to offer resources to the students and recent college graduates. So we say come one, come all to the City of Charlotte's first internship career fair. So we're very excited about this.
I'll tell you, 20-year-old Ben would totally go work for the City of Charlotte intern. I would that'd be right up my alley. I would have totally enjoyed that. All right, Paula Renix, thank you so much. We do appreciate you taking time on a Monday morning.
Thank you. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to share out to the community.
And good luck to all the students out
For
there.
sure. Show up. Even if you don't have a resume, bring that smile and energy.
All right, we're back after this right here on WCNC Plus.
Good morning, good morning. So what's going on? Officially 44 degrees was our morning low. So I want to check the minute by minute data to see what the official data was going to say. Coldest low of the season. Last time we said that was on Friday, where we dropped down to 48 degrees. And likely I'm going to say it one or two more times later on this week, because check out where our lows are going. They will be very similar by tomorrow. Back up to about 50 degrees and then back down to the lower to the mid 40s. And we will see a nice little come up as far as the 50s go for our lows, for a trip back down into the 40s. The only thing that really skews everything up this time of year is if you have a tropical system. As of right now, that does not look to be a possibility. But this area right here is showing an 80% chance for development over the next 7. But realistically, it could actually happen over the next couple of days as well. I think close to the 2 to 3 day time frame, as we could be calling this either a tropical depression or even tropical storm Melissa. Models are all over the place. Some have this pushing back off towards the north, Thursday, Friday, heading through the weekend. Others have it due off towards the west. Some that we'll be watching closely, but as of right now, does not look to be in effect to the United States nor the Carolinas. 7-day forecast brought to you by the Jerry Hunt Supercenter shows that one day stands out from all the rest, and that's tomorrow. Tomorrow we're back close to 80 degrees. All the other ones lowered to the mid 70s and feeling like October. Let's get another quick check of traffic, see what's going on.
Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful start to the day. Yes, still busy. 824 right now. This is I-77 near exit 10 there, Trade Street. We still have nice clear conditions across much of our area this morning. It's just beautiful. We do have those typical delays on I-77, Cornelius, Huntersville. No accidents there. Want to show you 277 if you're going to be making your way across that area. Of course, it's going to be busy, but again, no ongoing issues. An active crash here. This is the only one. It's on Peach Orchard Road near Rocky River Church Road. And then just to the south, we're just following this right here, 485 out towards Mint Hill. A little slow moving, but no accidents. But we do still have that blocked road there in Matthews on John Street. So don't forget about that one. We're going to take a quick break. We'll see you right back here on WCNC Plus in just a couple of minutes.
It was official. We officially dropped down to 44 degrees this morning. The average low, by the way, is 49. So this is the coldest that we've had since April 17th. So 187 days ago was the last time we were in the mid-40s, kind of putting that in perspective. How's today going to look? Well, you need the sunglasses. Macy Joe's doing it, our dog of the day. Expecting lots of sunshine, not a cloud in the sky, so we got that at least. That's what I'm talking about. That's how we ramp things up here for our little cut-ins that we do here on NBC. Now, our 7-day forecast is showing that those temperatures are going to have a little jump back to the upper 70s on Tuesday. Other than that, we have the lower to the mid 70s Wednesday, Thursday, heading through the weekend. Only chance for rain is Tuesday evening heading into Wednesday morning. Let's get over to Majestic for our morning commute.
Good morning, everyone. It is gorgeous, but you'll probably want to grab a jacket before you head out the door. Area roadways are very busy as people are starting their morning commute. Here's I-77 here coming in out of York County, and you can see those drive times for you this morning. Just about 30 minutes if you're coming in from Belmont. Now we are zooming it in right here, seeing some slowdowns between Cornelius and Huntersville. No accidents there though, but we are still going to see those delays on I-77 right around Uptown. One active crash right here. Don't forget about it. It's out towards Rocky River Church Road. We'll be following everything else coming up on WCNC Plus.
Happy Monday, everybody. Thanks for joining us live on WCNC Plus at 8:30. I'm Lisa Washington.
And I'm Ben Thompson. Happening right now, Governor Josh Stein speaking in Uptown Charlotte at the American Bankers Association annual convention. You see him there on the podium. Let's take a listen.
Every year. So I created a task force on child care, and early education that is looking into ways that we can make the early education profession more attractive to more workers, create more child care slots for families, and make child care more affordable. By driving down the cost of living, we help families and we strengthen our state's economy. When we talk about inflation and the cost of living, I have to address the economic uncertainty and rising costs on business owners and individuals resulting from the federal government's ever-changing tariff policy. Trade wars increase costs on North Carolina manufacturers and consumers and close markets to many North Carolina exporters in pharmaceuticals, machinery, electronic products, and more. For instance, agriculture is the state's #1 industry, and more than 25% of our production is sold overseas. We should be opening new markets to our farmers, not closing them off. People and businesses thrive when there is stability and certainty, not chaos. So I hope the President rethinks his mercurial trade wars, and I urge Congress to reassert itself and exercise its constitutional authority over tariffs so we can fight inflation and keep our economy as far away from a recession as possible. Growing our economy, developing our workforce, lowering costs, and providing certainty and stability for investment. These are some of our nation's most pressing economic development issues. And I know that the members of the American Bankers Association will continue to play an instrumental role in investing in our economic future. I'm grateful to each of you. I look forward to partnering with you on these issues and many more, God willing, in the months and years ahead, so that together we build a state and nation that is safer, stronger, and more prosperous with real opportunity for every person. Thank you so much for having me this morning, and again, welcome to North Carolina.
Listening there to Governor Josh Stein in Charlotte this morning, speaking at the American Bankers Association, their annual convention happening here. It started yesterday, it ends tomorrow here in Charlotte. Of course, this is about finance, banking, and insurance. We heard the governor mention they're growing our workforce, strengthening our economy, and getting as far away as possible from a recession.
Makes sense. That's in Charlotte.
For sure.
Right? I bet some people didn't actually have to even travel to attend it. That's the latest from the governor on this Monday. Switching gears right now. Tonight, state education leaders aren't just talking about the future of North Carolina schools. They're bringing that conversation right here to Charlotte.
They are laying out a new strategic plan that they say could put public schools at the top of the nation by the end of the decade. WCNC Charlotte's Destiny Richards joins us in the studio this morning with details on that plan. Destiny.
North Carolina is aiming high for its public schools and this is with a new plan designed to make them the best in the nation by 2030. And state education leaders are bringing that plan to Charlotte tonight. State Superintendent Mo Green and the State Board of Education will be at West Charlotte High School tonight to talk about their new 5-year strategic plan, Achieving Educational Excellence. The plan follows 8 pillars of excellence and aims to achieve key goals by 2030. This includes higher graduation rates, improved test scores, and increased participation in advanced placement and career technical programs. It also emphasizes student character development, mental health support, and stronger engagement with parents, families, and the community. Now, tonight's public forum starts at 6 o'clock at West Charlotte High School and is free and open to the public. For anyone who can't attend in person, a virtual session is scheduled for November 3rd. Now, after tonight's Charlotte event, the tour heads west to Morganton on Wednesday and then Bryson City on Thursday. Ben.
And I mean, that's a pretty big plan. How did they make sure it reflects communities across the big state?
Yeah, this was definitely not overnight. State Superintendent Green and the state board spent months gathering input through 8 regional listening sessions, over 30 stakeholder meetings, and more than a dozen school visits. And the plan was shared as a draft in June, approved unanimously in August. And so this reflects feedback from educators, students, parents, and communities across North Carolina. And full details on this plan are in this story on the WCNC Charlotte News app. So it definitely takes a lot of people to go into this.
That's a huge plan. As a mom with 2 kids being educated in North Carolina, you want the schools to be ranked as high as possible. All right, Destiny, thank you for that.
All right, switching gears back to your forecast with Chris. And Chris, I think today takes the title. Coldest morning so far this season.
We did it last time we were this cold 187 days ago. We were 48 degrees for a low on Friday, 44 the official bottom for this morning. 42 degrees the current temperature around Monroe, 47 in Hickory. And by the way, it's still in the upper 30s around Lincoln, significantly cooler there. Our hourly forecast throughout today, sunshine. Bottom line, not a cloud in the sky. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Could have an occasional gust, I think either side of noon, getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Nothing like yesterday, though. Yesterday was breezy. We had some wind gusts up to about 40 to 45 miles per hour across the area. So you might have some Halloween decorations blown over some lawn chairs from what was going on yesterday, on and off gusty winds. For tomorrow, well, we have a beautiful start to the day. A few upper level clouds join us for the afternoon. It's really the end of the afternoon through the evening that we have a chance for rain that starts to roll through. This model doesn't really show too much. The worst case scenario I think that we see is a couple of downpours from place to place, really mainly between about 6 and midnight is the most recent timing that I'm seeing here. But I have it just as spotty for now because I think a lot of that dry air is going to kill it out. This is the one scenario that is not really factoring in the drier air, has some spotty showers, even a heavier downpour to conclude the evening. Most of this is going to be falling really during the evening hours compared to the afternoon. I think up to a trace to a 1/10 of an inch is going to be the maximum regardless of what happens. Our wind gusts will be on the gusty side, especially tomorrow afternoon into the evening. I think we hit some spikes to about 25 to 30 mile per hour gusts out of the southwest, though, so that's going to maximize our warm up. That's why we're going to reach the upper 70s, and then after that, we'll shift the winds out of the northwest, which of course is a cooler direction, and then that's going to bring us back down to stark reality. 72 is where we should be, as you can see here on our Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast, and that's where we will be through your late week, Thursday, Friday, and this weekend with a lot more of those 40s popping up. Check it out, 43 degrees on Friday morning. So get ready and get used to these chillier mornings. It is now on brand for where we are this time in the season. What's on brand for this morning commute? Slow, usually at this hour.
That's exactly right. But hey, at least we have some sunshine that always makes our Monday morning commute a little bit more enjoyable. You can see it here, sunny skies out there, but yes, very busy area roadways. If you are heading out the door anytime soon, we have been keeping a close eye on to see if any fog has developed, and it has not. Sometimes it does when we have that rain the night prior to it. This morning, though, between Huntersville and Cornelius, we have those slow-moving conditions. This is nothing that we're not used to this time of the day. No accidents to report right there. I want to take you out to Gaston County near Gastonia. We have a road that's closed right now because of a crash. It's going to be on Gaston Ave, both ways being impacted by this one at Ransom Street to Airline Ave. I'll let you know when that one is completely cleared. I'm not seeing major delays with it at this time though. And then to the east of Uptown, the right-hand shoulder currently blocked because of a crash. This time it's on W.T. Harris Boulevard, impacting those eastbound lanes at IBM Drive. Still seeing just a little yellow around it. At least we don't have that red, so we're not seeing that stop and go traffic because again, it's off to the right-hand shoulder. There in Matthews, we've been talking about this all morning long, where a road is blocked because we are continuing to see, oh, here's an update, the burst water main on John Street. They're out there actually trying to fix it. It's going to be between Matthews Township Parkway and Covenant Church Lane, so it seems like a water main bursted, and again, that lane is going to be closed, that street in both directions. We'll let you know if any more updates do come about with that one, but as of now, those are the main active things that are currently ongoing.
8:39 right now on WCNC Plus, and we continue to follow the fallout from the federal investigation into Charlotte activist Cedric Dean. Authorities say he ran a massive Medicaid fraud scheme. WCNC Charlotte's Tradisha Woodard found out how this case is sparking mistrust within vulnerable communities and reigniting conversations about a much deeper problem.
In Charlotte's shelters and resource centers, Mistrust runs deep.
I don't know who to trust.
Some residents tell us they no longer believe in programs that claim to offer support. They say they've seen too many promises turn into paperwork and too many leaders turn into headlines.
Everybody's focusing on Cedric Dean now, but focus on everybody else before him.
Codell Black is one of very few speaking out. He says he's been homeless for nearly 4 years, bouncing from organization to organization, all full of broken promises.
And I'm still sitting in my truck homeless. It just seems like we just talking to everybody for nothing because ain't nobody doing anything about these people. They're doing this stuff to us.
I spoke to several others who shared their truths, like here at the Salvation Army. They refused to go on camera, saying they were told if they spoke to the media, they would lose the very little assistance they're already getting. They described filthy living conditions and minimal support. Problems, they say, make it nearly impossible for many to escape poverty or rebuild their lives.
It's been going on forever.
Black says, unfortunately, getting help is a gamble and just another reflection of the system that often fails the people it claims to protect, leaving those most vulnerable silent and afraid to speak their truth.
They've been lying to us all our life. They've been lying to us all our life. They've been stealing, robbing, raping, manipulating. People still out here suffering, sis. It's just sad.
Tradisha Woodard, WCNC Charlotte.
Looking ahead this week, starting on Thursday, early voting expands to all 21 locations across Mecklenburg County. The polls will be open from 8 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. November 1st is the last day of early voting. Election Day is on November 4th. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back here on WCNC Plus. Well, it wasn't just another weekend for a Michigan nurse. She's turning 50 and checking off a major goal 15 years in the making.
Jolie Sherman tells us her story and the extraordinary lengths she went to make it happen.
I see a race and I can't not sign up.
Michelle Floyd absolutely loves to run. And for several years, she's been working toward an ambitious goal, run 50 full or half marathons in all 50 states. But it meant making some major life changes to make that happen.
I became a travel nurse to complete this goal. It's 100% reason why I quit my staff nursing job, because my staff nursing job I wasn't able to take PTO because they were short-staffed all the time. So I had to say goodbye to my favorite place I worked to complete my goal, and it worked.
The Kansas native was 35 years old when she started this journey. Her first race was in San Francisco, where her parents flew out to see her cross the finish line.
She's always been very athletic, extremely, in any sport. So I guess she just likes to stay active. She likes to travel.
Floyd's mother, Jetta, says her daughter just couldn't stop. After that, she went on to complete 5 full marathons in 5 states and half marathons everywhere else.
We did Texas, and we did Florida, then we did Oklahoma.
I thought she was crazy.
It was just like game on after that.
Floyd is now finishing her 50th race at the Detroit Free Press Marathon, with her parents supporting her once again.
I'm super excited about this one. It's an international race. I get to go into Canada. It's going to be so exciting. I can't wait.
And the timing couldn't be better, as she turned 50 on Friday, making it a weekend full of miles and milestones.
That was the main goal, 50 states by my 50th birthday, so it's awesome.
Good for her.
All
I'm
that.
thinking maybe one.
All that, and she's a nurse.
Right?
I mean, wow. All right.
All right, we need to take a quick break. We'll have another update on weather and traffic in just 2 minutes.
Welcome back, everybody. We have 44 degrees for a low this morning. The bottom before that was on Friday. We dropped down to 48, the 40s for the first time. Well, this is even colder than where we were 187 days ago, where 45 degrees was our low on April 17th. Now, April also had some temperatures in the 30s, so we are not as cold as we were, say, for the first week of April. But current temperatures right now, up to 47 degrees. Next stop will likely be in the 50s across much of the greater Charlotte area, still 42 around the Monroe area, 50 degrees on the nose around Chirra. High temperatures 70 to 72 across the greater Charlotte area, but the main key feature of today, wall-to-wall sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. It's absolutely going to be picture perfect. When that sun is setting, though, we could see something pretty cool over not just the next couple of days, but until the end of the month. So about an hour to an hour and a half after the sun sets. So at that point, we're at astronomical twilight, as it's called. Binoculars, telescope, or even a camera, if it zooms in enough, you will be able to check out this spectacle. So you look to the northwest, find the Big Dipper, and just west thereof. And day by day, it gets higher and higher in the horizon. So by the 26th, by this weekend, you'll have it much, much higher, where it'll be almost parallel to the Big Dipper. So something to check out if that is your thing. Our low temperatures dropped to 44 this morning, 45, so right back here again for tomorrow morning. And then we have the lower 40s even on your Thursday and Friday, so feeling much chillier at that point. As far as our high temperatures, we're close to 80 degrees on Tuesday, but then after that, it's just a slow decline back to the upper 60s, which, by the way, the last day of October averages a high of 68 degrees. So this is actually on brand, and it's also on brand that we're almost closing the book of our 80-degree highs, at least for 2025. Because going back to 1879, or over the last 30 years, we averaged our last 80-degree high between October 21st and the 28th. That doesn't always happen because for the last 5 years, it was the last 80-degree high that was anywhere between the 7th to the 11th of November. But as far as our rain chances go, we do have a slight chance for rain to end the day on Tuesday and Tuesday evening. After that, it's really not until the following week. So all in all, not a bad week of October. Definitely feeling more fall-like though. And let's complete this hour with a look at traffic with Majestic, see what's going on.
Still busy out there, but at least it's beautiful out there for that Monday morning commute. It's going to take you around 30 minutes if your morning commute is from Belmont into around Charlotte, and then from Matthews, just over 25 minutes. It's gorgeous though. This is I-77 here in York County. Nice dry area roadways and not a whole lot of traffic. Meanwhile, this is I-77 near Trade Street, where those inbound lanes are definitely a little slower. We do have nice clear conditions up towards I-40. No problems there from Morganton to Hickory. I-85, we do have some delays, but again, I-77, if you're coming inbound from areas like Mooresville or Huntersville, once you get closer to 485, that's where the traffic is going to slow you down just a little bit. We do have a few things still popping up as we're looking at my icons. This one here, remember, there's a road closed because of a crash. It's on Gaston Ave, impacting both ways from Ransom Street to Airline Ave. Lisa.
All right, Majestic, thanks so much for that. A beloved staff member at an Iowa school got a special surprise. Mick Good has worked at an elementary school for 68 years. Kayla James shows us how on Friday, students, staff, and others in the community wanted to make sure his 86th birthday was one to remember.
To learn or work within the walls of East Marshall Elementary School is to know what it takes to keep the building running.
Their day changes every day, and it is a busy day, whether it's breakfast, lunch, cleaning the hallways, cleaning the classrooms.
And that, Principal Mark Albertson says, is just during the school year. During the summer,
They empty all the classrooms, scrub them down really good, put them back in for the teachers to be ready for at the beginning of the school year.
East Marshall Elementary School, which has around 300 students,
We'll go in here.
has 2 custodians, and one of them
I get here about 4 to 5 in the morning.
has worked in education in some capacity for 68 years.
And I taught school for 18 years.
And is the prime example of the saying, age is just a number.
I'm 86 and I'm still pretty good.
Mick Good has his routine down to a T.
I vacuum the building while the head custodian cleans the bathrooms. And then he leaves at 1 normally, and I come back, and I'm here in case somebody gets sick, and then I pick up garbage.
But on Friday afternoon, when he returned just before 1,
You've got a lot of people here supporting you. Oh, I know that.
he was met with a sight he didn't expect. Students sitting in the playground near a decorated fence, staff dressed in shirts with a picture of him dressed as Elvis on front, and friends and family.
Love you.
Love you too. Ready and waiting to celebrate his 86th birthday.
A few months ago, I asked you what one of your favorite trees was. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do, kind of vaguely.
A tree dedication ceremony was the main event, with some of the very same students Mick loves to interact with doing the planting.
You see him around the kids, he's giving fist bumps to the kids.
The birthday celebration came with gifts.
On behalf of the New York Yankees,
Like a card with a message from Mick's favorite baseball team, and a written message from students. Thank you, Mick. Was near and dear to Mick's heart.
Well, I just enjoy the kids, you know.
And they're genuine. Especially in their singing to celebrate him. The entire thing.
Hello. Oh, they're throwing a big party for me here at school.
A complete surprise to Mick, who may be 86.
Could I change these numbers around to 68?
But is so full of life and kindness to share.
He would give you the shirt off his back if he could. He is just a very giving individual.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Someone who gives his time by dressing up as Elvis during Elvis Week and giving gifts to students and staff. Gives his time to keep the halls of East Marshall Elementary School clean and gives his time.
Happy birthday! Yes, thank you.
To make sure those he comes in contact with always have a good day.
8:54 right now as we take a live look inside our live Impact News stream studio. Coming up, Jane Morrell is going to join us. She's going to have the latest on the government shutdown. Plus, it's migration season for monarch butterflies. We'll tell you how you can support them all year around. That's coming up right here on WCNC Plus.
Good morning, everybody. Check it out. We have lots and lots of sunshine off the distance. By the way, not a cloud in the sky today. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Seriously, 72 degrees. It's sunny. It's delightful. And a little bit cooler, but honestly, 72 is where we should be for this time of the year. Occasional gusts up to 20 miles per hour, but nothing like what we had yesterday. Our next chance for rain is very measly, but we could see this really during your Tuesday evening. Spotty showers are going to be a possibility. Our Jerry Hunt Supercenter 70 forecast shows that temperatures will spike up to their max, 78 degrees, near 80 degrees on Tuesday, before we have that rain chance, and then back through the lower 70s through this coming weekend. And get ready for a lot more lows in the 40s. We do that again tomorrow morning and on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning. Majestic, take it away. What's going on?
Good morning, everyone. It's another busy start to that Monday morning commute. Hopefully you had a fantastic weekend. As you are hitting those area roadways, at least it is sunny outside. 28 minutes if you're coming in from Belmont. If you're coming in from Salisbury, 51. It's going to take you a little bit longer, of course. You can see from York County into Mecklenburg County, most of the traffic is flowing all right. We'll have our typical stop and go spots as more people are heading inbound. This is I-77 out towards Trade Street, exit 10. And again, just be ready for some delays right around Huntersville. Otherwise, we don't have a ton of accidents, but a couple of things to know that we will keep you up to date with, including this one here, McDowell Street and 3rd Street.